Mark Griffith here and welcome to RCHacker. Now on my head I have a hat that says Next FPV, and in front of me I have a whole lot of gear that came from Next FPV. Next FPV is a small Australian online company that specialises in FPV gear and racing quads. And Rob, who is part of that business, Rob and I did a deal. He sent me some stuff. He sent me all the stuff to make a racing quad, and I said I'll do some build videos for him. So that's what I'm going to do in this episode. If you're not interested, click away. It's not going to be my usual episode. So in front of me, I'm going to make this hopefully so it covers all levels. But in front of me, I've got over here on the green part, these are all the parts to make the frame, to assemble the frame with. It's all screws and bits of carbon fiber and that sort of thing. This is a typical mini quad design. It is going through a few changes, so it might be a bit different to what you see here in the future. Now, the main thing is, this one is a bit of a prototype at this stage, but we've got our main board with LEDs all around the outside. This has got a couple of voltage regulators on there, so you don't have to mess around with BECs and all that sort of thing. It's got a NAZE 32 flight controller, which plugs in there into these headers just like that. So that means there's no reason you don't need to screw this one on, which is kind of cool. It's just the friction of those pin headers that's going to hold that in there. And on the end here, we also have a micro minim OSD. Now both of these, NAZE 32 is open source, and so is the micro minim OSD. The firmware on those is open source. Now I like that. I've already messed with the minim OSD source code before in previous videos, and funnily enough, that's the most popular video I've ever made, that minim OSD video, which was just a random rant. You know, weird. I don't know why that happens. Anyway, motors. We have our Cobra CM2204 2300 kV motors. Apparently these are the shit at the moment. So again, motors may change, but these are the ones I've been sent to build my first mini racing quad. We've got propellers over there. I've got a 5x4 and a 5x4.5. So I'll start with the 5x4s. Our receiver we're going to use is an FrSky D4R2. And of course, we're going to be using the Tyrannus. We've got Spironet antennas. We've got two Spironet antennas. I've got one in the goggles over here. So we're going to be using these circularly polarized antennas, which are designed to work with the immersion RC and Fat Shark gear, but I guess they'll work with any gear you want. We have a Sony SuperHAD 600 TV line camera for transmitting our video signal back. Along with that, we have a video transmitter, 25 milliwatt, 5.8 gigahertz. That's legal in Australia. That's an immersion RC unit. The ESCs we are using are ZTW 12 amp ESCs. They've got a burst current of 20 amps, and I did the maths with this motor and prop combination and on 4-cell, and apparently they're like 20 amps on full throttle. Apparently these will handle it fine, so I'll just have to take Rob's word on that. If not, I'm sure he'll send me some bigger ones. Anyway, moving on, we've got a couple of battery straps as well. We've got a couple of batteries. We've got the goggles, which I reviewed before. And we have a little antenna extension just to put between our transmitter and our antenna so it doesn't bust either one if we have a little crash. I've got all bits of wires and stuff like that to help us put this thing together. Anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to just film this as I build it, and then I'll do voiceover on it later, and we'll see how we go. Let's do it. And we're finished. Now, it turns out that I started building this and the frame really wasn't up to scratch, and it's got a few problems. A few of the holes were misaligned and that sort of thing. And basically, I was the first one to be putting one of these together, and it turns out that it's no good. So it doesn't look like Rob at Next FPV will be stocking this frame at all, because it is a pile of crap. and these little risers here, they stripped out as well, and the camera didn't fit into its thing. So I spoke to Rob and we said, you know, it's not worth doing a build video on something that isn't really worth building. And there are quite a few other build videos out there for this style of frame anyway. But we will give it a fly. We will try it out and try out the components, and this is going to be good. Let's go. Maiden flight, we'll start with a bit of line of sight first. Let's just turn that like that. Am I recording? Yep. It's got some wobbles. It's so stable, it's unbelievable.
Warn me when you're going to go somewhere. It's very hard unless you tell me which way you're going to go. I won't be able to keep up because it's too quick. Unless you're a long way away, and then it's hard to see.
Alright, it's going to need some serious tuning. I'll put it up against the sky for you, Dad. I don't know if I'm that impressed with the performance at all. That was a pretty unfair comment from me at that stage. It turns out that battery was used and pretty tired and just simply wasn't able to provide the current that those motors really could have used. Let's do a quick sniff test.
Flat out?
Oh, I haven't done it flat out yet.
You want to... Don't do it flat out till you've got self-leveling set properly.
Well,
I reckon.
I can fly it now with self-leveling. I've just got to flick that switch up. But I prefer not to.
Well,
but it's like one of these cells is...
Just for safety reasons, I would do it on... Just take all the precautions you can, put it on safe.
Well, I'm used to flying an acro all the time. Well, alright, this is self-level on.
It's easier. I reckon it's easier.
Alright, let's do an FPV flight. Give it a go. Got a bit of noise on the video. I don't know what all these beeps mean.
Means the battery's down. Bring it in. It's alright if...
I guess once you give it to it, it goes all right. But I was expecting it to have a bit more punch than that.
When it beeps at full throttle,
Yeah.
it means you've got a bad cell or the battery's overloaded, right? That's all it means.
All right.
Mine does that all the time. You've still got plenty of power in the battery, but it's pulling it out too quick for the battery to supply it. So it could be a dodgy battery.
Oh, let's try another battery.
Right, where's the balance? Did you bring the little balance thing?
No, I didn't.
You just got the one.
It definitely needs some tuning. Like it goes, when you really give it to it, put the nose down, it's great. Did you get any passes with it?
They're not new batteries, are they?
No, these have been used, these batteries. Yeah. All right, let's give this a second go.
I can't follow that.
Definitely locked in.
Bring it up.
I've got to get rid of that. Once it gets going, once you get going fast, it's great. It's fantastic. It's just those low jitters. I wonder if that's affecting the amount of power I can get into it as well.
No, your battery's weak, and you could be getting a bit of vibration in your controller.
It's still solid as.
Yeah, but you've only got a little bit of sympathetic vibration at a certain revs, and it'll start to wiggle. And your PID settings, of course, make a big difference. They might be just a little bit high.
Yeah, I've got to turn them down, I think.
Do I turn this off?
No, I'm going to go one more. Just one more
Do
round.
you want me to film it again? Oh, yeah.
Open the aperture right up. I'll come over a high pass, right over.
I've lost you already. I can't see you. No, I can't follow it.
quadcopter. Is that an alright landing?
Yeah, that's good.
Do you want to go?
No. No, I'll have a go on my tricopter that I can crash it one day.
I've still got juice in this.
When I get my proper goggles.
I've still got juice in this. It is actually, finding it, it's easy to fly FPV then. I do have that camera angled up a bit, so
It's flat.
Whey! What's that?
Flat.
Put on charge.
No, it's alright. It's alright as long as you don't go full throttle. See?
Alright, I'll call that pretty successful. I think we do have tired batteries or something. Okay, I think we'll finish it there. Thank you for watching. Please check the description down below for any links and things like that. And I'll catch you next time. Cheers. God, it's a bit chilly. I don't know. I reckon my non-copter's going to shit all over this little thing. Fuck, that battery's hot. It's not. I need a higher C rating battery, I think.
I think he's giving you a couple of old batteries.
It still goes fucking great, but